Hello and welcome back to Jess's Vintage Garage, and we're moving on to this now. We're going to work on trying to get this thing running. It's been sitting for a while since we worked on the carburetor and the oil pump situation, and it's been sitting in the same spot since then. It's been like a month and a half now, hasn't it? Since the last time we talked about this, but it doesn't have any leaks underneath of it. Now that's residual stuff there was there before, but there's no real leaks here from the actual oil pump leaking and bypassing and wet something and so on. So I mean, yeah, so we're looking pretty good here. I was just checking and it's not coming out of the breather. So we're doing pretty good here. So yeah, we're gonna get some fuel in this because the tanks were still empty since we put them back on, and get outside and start it up. Now there's some stuff we're going to go over when we're first starting this up, because the Linkert carburetor is zeroed out. We got to like do some preliminary settings on that first, so we'll get to that next. Alright, so we have fuel in here and I'm not seeing anything leaking in our crossover, and we haven't pulled the fuel shut off yet to turn it on to feed the carburetor yet, so but yeah, we're looking pretty good. Alright, we're getting ready to set the carburetor, but I did open up the oil tank here, and it's right where it was supposed to be at, but we don't, it's like at add. We don't know exactly how much oil is actually still sitting in the sump right now and where the crank's at. So it might smoke like crazy when the thing fires up, or not. I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the carb set up now.
It's already down.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you run idle all the way down and then back it up 2 full turns, right?
Yeah, 1/2.
That's easy to follow the slot there on the screw.
1.5. 2. 2.5. 3.
Oh, this one's the one that's
3.5.
at 4, huh?
Yeah.
That's the other one that's at 2.
4. Oh, 3.5. This
4.
4.
That's 4, yep.
Okay, we might stop there. Okay, now this one is supposed to go all the way in.
That's our power. That's going into the main jet.
Okay, there it is. Now there's a notch there. Okay, so that's how we're gonna tell it. One half. One. One and a half. There's 2.
Okay. Here we go.
That should be pretty close.
Should be close, yeah. Okay, let's turn the fuel on and see if this thing runs. Okay, so I got the 40 outside now, and I'm going to try to ride it. Start it up here first. We do have some weather kind of coming in, so maybe I can beat the window here. But it's sunny right now. So anyways, first off, starting this up, I want to have this on full retard here. And then when I start it and starts warming up, I want to start advancing it by rotating the left throttle over, left handle over here, and to advance it.
It's retard right now.
So that's where you start there. The other thing is, we want to turn the fuel on. All we have to do is unscrew this, and when it's unscrewed, it's on. Pulling it out and up would be putting it in reserve. So I'm going to turn that on. Okay, it's out. Okay, it's good. All right, and then of course we're in neutral. And
put choke on.
Yeah, put the choke. The choke is kind of a little bit different than engaged or on would be this way, and then no, this is off. This is meaning the flow. Yeah. See that? Yep. So the line would make it like it's open. Closed off would be up. So we're good there.
No, that's open.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We wanted to choke on. There we go. That's good. And we set this up a little bit. We did back it off just a little bit after we showed the preliminary setting of 4 here and 2 there. So it might run a little rough or right where we want it right now. So, okay, now I'm ready to start cranking on it, I guess. All right, just gonna give a little bit of a fire up here. That's better. The clutch was on. The other thing, when we get this thing running, we want to make sure this oil pressure light goes off. Otherwise, our Viton ball thing's going to be a problem.
Hold it. Got gas running out. I'm gonna open it up. Getting it flooded. Let it warm up. Cylinders are cold yet.
Alright, that wasn't so bad. I didn't crash it, and the oil light went off. Of course, the ignition's off now, but I think we're ready to get on the highway with this. So I'll probably do a little, try to do some footage of me riding this down the road. Alright, so I just got back. It was like 50 degrees outside. And I had the leather jacket on and everything, but it was a pretty good ride. Just the carburetor might need adjusting a little bit more, but yet ideally got to get it on the road, really. You know, that little couple mile jaunt wasn't really much of anything. But I'm kind of like excited here because this thing is really awesome, and I'm really glad that this really turned out as well as it did. And it runs better, I think, with this carburetor than the Bendix. So overall, that's a plus there. Yeah, just super excited. I'm smiling like crazy and nervous as heck. So yeah, I didn't want to ruin this thing, you know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed everything in this video. Getting this running, kind of proving that it can run, all that kind of stuff, and it actually runs pretty dang good. The throttle's interesting to get used to, and I'm gonna have probably the same situation with the 56 when we get it going. It's the fact that it doesn't snap back, and that is something you've got to remember, because when you put the clutch in, it just revs up, you know. It's like you're holding it's like you're not doing something right, but you are. But you just gotta remember to drop the throttle. But that's something I'm gonna have to fight with for myself. So anyway, like I said, we got more coming up on other things, and we'll see you again soon.